Welcome, Rochester High School band parents, to our curriculum night version 2020 in quarantine, COVID, however we want to talk about this. Live from my basement here in Rochester Hills. Happy to welcome you here. I hope that everybody is safe and healthy, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you and your students in person sooner rather than later, as soon as everything is safe and ready to go. So I don't want to take a ton of your time. I'll try to be brief to go over some of the high points of our band program. This video will be for all four of the ensembles currently running this semester, which include the wind ensemble, which meets first hour, the symphony band second hour, concert band third hour, and our jazz band that is meeting 0 hour. Just a little bit of overview of some of the things we're going to be doing, and things are constantly changing. Depending if we move back to an in-person setting, things might be altered a little bit. But some things we're doing right now, as I'm taping this on Monday the 14th, it might be different on Wednesday the 16th when you're watching this right now. We will be discussing some music theory, some music history in all the classes. Definitely doing a lot of listening and critical analysis of different band pieces, maybe some orchestra pieces, some pop music as well. We've already been doing a good share of that. In our jazz class, we'll be doing some improvisation exercises. We started working on that last week as well. The students will be doing a lot of individual playing. Obviously, they're at home on their own, so they'll be doing some individual playing. Expect that students will be playing during the Zoom classes, except for the early Monday morning jazz class at 7 o'clock. That one is a no playing one, but their Wednesday course will be having them playing. We'll be doing some different breakout rooms where the kids are in their Zoom calls, and we did this today, which is Monday now, where the kids separate by sections and they work on a passage and then talk about it and discuss it and help each other out, which has been pretty effective already. And then we'll be able to have some guests in from really anywhere in the world. We'll have some guests, conductors and clinicians and artists and things that will be able to talk to the students about some specific topics that they're experts at. So we'll be lucky to do that. I want to show you a couple of things that hold a lot of our information. So I'm going to share with you our band website. Now the website that you see on here is just a Google website. You can get to this from, oh, there's that video, from rochesterbands.org. All right, this website here is just the Google site. So again, it's rochesterbands.org. That'll take you right here. And this is a purely informational website. It just houses a lot of things here in case you need to reference. It has my email address and the phone number there. I do get voicemails if you would need to call. They go directly to my email, and then I can call you back when possible. There's links to each of the different ensembles here, which you can see I'm just hovering over them. They'll take us somewhere. And then there's all sorts of things to scroll through on the side, which take you to various sites here. Our Band Booster email blast, if you'd like to be a part of that, you can just shoot an email here to rpmswebmaster@gmail.com. That'll get you hooked up with Band Booster related emails. Everything else will come directly from me through parent view or student view emails that way, or just directly from my email. Remind text messages. These are really, really important for the students, especially to be on, but I think also the parents. And I know you're getting inundated with a lot of information with emails and texts, but this is the quickest way for me to be able to reach out and share some important information. If you needed to reach out, you can send a text message back through that as well, just like your students, and it will come right through to my phone. Email is obviously the easiest way and probably the more efficient way, just because there's a record of that. And then there's a record of the text message as well, but sometimes I can't always get right back to one or the other. So you can see here all the marching band groups, which we'll be using in the spring, but they're live now. These ensemble groups here, again, students should be signed up and a parent would be great. And same with the jazz band group you can see here on the screen. And all those messages just get sent to 81010. All right. Some other information, there's usually a lot more events going on. Obviously, right now it's just some band booster meetings. Our next one, I'd encourage you to attend if you're able. And it could be virtual, it could be in person. I'm not sure what November 10th will hold at 7:30, but that's our next meeting there. Excuse me. And at the bottom, there's some information. This will be updated probably by the time you're watching this. Right now, this is Monday. And there's some brand new Hawaii trip information for the trip in June. that should be emailed to you before you're seeing this. So hopefully it's in your inbox now already. Again, as I said, each of the groups has their own site. There's not a ton of information there, just says when the class meets. This is some music they were working on last year that hasn't been updated just yet because we're still kind of working those details out. Our Band Booster website is also here. It has our meeting dates and our executive board members. Should you need to contact them, some information about fundraising, you can click here. And then this also takes you to a Band Booster specific website, which I can show you here now. It's just rhsrpms.weebly.com. And there's all sorts of things here about fundraising and marching band volunteers and things that you can kind of peruse at your own. And there's some cool pictures here on the site. This is again the Band Booster website, RPMS. That stands for Rochester Parents of Music Students. It's going to take us back to our main website. Again, normally this calendar would be the thing I'd really send you to, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot there, which is very sad. But normally this is full of things going on, especially in the fall. And that kind of takes us through the things that are on our website there. And I've already encouraged you about Remind. Please make sure that you're diligent about seeing school emails and encouraging your students to do the same. Also making sure that your email is correct in the parent view app, because when I send things out to the classes, it goes, and sometimes I get a bounce back if somebody has an incorrect email. I use an array of social media. One of those is our Facebook page, which I can show you here. Just Rochester High School Bands. This is a public page, and we just use this to show off the kids and show off the great things they're doing and promote them and give them accolades. So if you're on Facebook and you'd like to like our page, you can follow some things there. The marching band group has their own private page, which marching band folks you should be aware of. And then personally, I use a few other avenues of social media. If you'd like to follow me, you can. Again, a lot of the things are of just maybe pictures of my kids or things, or things about the Rochester High School bands. I use Instagram. Again, my handles are just David A, my middle initials A, David A Uhrig, U-H-R-I-G. Same with Twitter and Snapchat and TikTok. If any of you use those, I know the kids use some of those. Speaking of TikTok, I have to share a project that your students were involved in recently. Their first assignment was to create an evolution of their instrument video. So I thought it might be fun to share you mine. Theirs might look a little different. I told them to say 1 second of their instrument, 1 day, 1 month, 1 week, those kind of things, 1 year, and then maybe 5 years, and to show progression. So I took a little bit of a different spin on mine. With the jazz band video, I played tunes that we had played over the course of the last 3 years, just little licks from those. And that looks like this. Spring 2018. Spring 2019. Spring 2020. More spring 2020. Still another spring 2020. And fall 2020. Spring 20. And there's that. And then I can also show you the one I shared with the concert groups, the Wind Ensemble, Symphony Band, and Concert Band. I took a little bit of different approach to this one as well, sharing tunes from all of the different schools I've attended or taught at. You can see that here, my first year in 5th grade, 4 years finishing middle school, 8th grade, 8 years finishing high school, and 12th grade. This is a tune we played a lot. And then my time at University of Michigan, and then Marine City High School I taught for 6 years before coming to Rochester, and these are all cumulative years here. This is my 7th year now teaching at Rochester High School. So here's some of the tunes from those times. 1 year of trumpet. Four years of trumpet.
8 years of trumpet. 13 years of trumpet. 23 years of trumpet. 30 years of trumpet.
So there you have it. Hope you got a little chuckle out of those two videos. I hope the kids enjoyed seeing them as well. I enjoyed watching their versions. Some of the kids were so creative and so theatrical, and really have some great editing skills that I obviously don't have, so I had to do mine all in one take there. Some things that students should definitely be accessing on a daily basis, obviously Google Classroom, where each class has a different stream where I'm posting assignments and various things that we've done in the class and links for them to review should they need. And then very new that we started using today, which is Monday, is Smart Music, which we got a lot of donations from the community, probably from you folks, to get that purchase for all of our band and orchestra students in the district. And Smart Music is just a great resource for the students, just have a huge repertoire of music that they're able to access, whether it be solos or jazz or concert or pop music and rhythm studies and sight reading and all sorts of things that they can access throughout the course of the semester or the year. We'll be using a lot of that throughout all of our classes and then for assignments for the students. So that's a great resource. And they should be checking their emails as well, their school account emails. Something that we're going to be able to do as far as repairs and supplies go, we just sent an email today about this, which was Monday. And our first night will be Tuesday, which is, well, for you now, yesterday. But for me, it's tomorrow. On Tuesday nights from 6 to 8 at RHS at our home base, we're going to have a district-wide repair night where A&G Central Music is going to come up and do some minor repairs, or if the teachers can do some minor repairs on instruments, we'll take care of that. Or if they need to take them into the shop to get fixed up, they can do that. If they're school-owned instruments or if they're covered under rental fees, you don't have to worry about the cost. If they're your own personal instruments, then any cost families would be responsible for. Also, you can order a supply. So if students are needing valve oil, reeds, ligatures, a new mouthpiece, a neck strap, cork grease, any of those kind of various things, as long as you order them through A&G Music the day before, 24 hours in advance, 6 p.m. on Mondays, they'll bring them to the school and you can just pick them up at RHS rather than having to drive and get them in Madison Heights. So that's going to be a great thing that we'll be able to do Tuesday night, 6 to 8, all the way through, at least through December at this point. Last thing I want to talk about is just marching band, and this may or may not apply to you and your students. I keep telling them that if they're not in marching band, they're just not in marching band yet, and they should be. We'd love to welcome all of our students in the marching band. We're at about 140, plus or minus a few, depending. We're going to run it second semester in the spring. Regardless of how football plays out this fall, our marching band semester will go in the spring. So we'd love to have students join. I have a big update coming out about our Hawaii trip, which I talked about earlier. Should be in your email by the time you're seeing this video with some updated information. And it's never too late to have us take on some new students. So especially since we're running in second semester, we'd love to have a few more of our non-FMB Falcon Marching Band students join us. So that's all I have for Curriculum Night 2020. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to call, text, or email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Hope to see you all soon. Good night.